Hello, my name is Axel.
And hi, my name is Jaden.
So we're going to be presenting to you HangMan. So the problem is that we wanted to address the lack of engaging and educational work game-based by developing HangMan, a game that challenges players' vocabulary and spelling skills while providing an entertaining experience, thus offering a balance between learning and entertainment for different age groups. So our solution for that problem is this: a single-player turn-based game where one player is assigned a random word and then tries to guess it by suggesting letters within a certain amount of number of guesses slash lives. The game is over when the player runs out of lives, in which case the hangman is fully drawn, or when the player guesses a word. In that case, the player wins and then is placed in the leaderboard according to how many mistakes the user made. So we wanted to give this to basically anyone that was just interested in improve their knowledge. So the audience is basically anyone who enjoys word games, and particularly suitable for educational settings for vocabulary and spelling practice.
Got it. And our requirements. So these were the requirements that. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. These were the requirements that we made prior to, and we've pretty much just been modifying this throughout. So going in, we decided we are going to have a word database, a database of words that can be randomly be chosen throughout the game, and we switched that to a database for users and high scores because we decided to go the route of using an API to generate the words. We decided we would need a word display, so somewhere to display the words, a guessing process, a hangman display, game status, and a game leaderboard.
This is basically all the tools that we use in order to create this project. For front end, we use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Our backend is a mix between Python using Flask. For database, we use SQLite 3, and for API, we use an API Ninja Random Word version 1.
And then here is our diagram. So on the left we have the user, on the furthest to the right we have the database. So the user interacts with the HTML site, that's how they access the app, and when you host the index, it loads the JavaScript JS, which has a number of functions, and one of which is it fetches the leaderboard data. It connects to our Python Flask application, which has two API endpoints, a post and a request, and it requests the database, it queries the database, and it sorts it, and then it returns it back, so it displays on the index, which is the front end, and then the user either loses the game or wins the game. Either way, it sends the game results pretty much the same way. It sends a post request to the leaderboard API endpoint, updates the leaderboard data, and then it sends it back to the front end.
So that's basically what you see behind the scenes. So this is basically what you would see, like the algorithm. You basically initialize the name, your name, and then that it starts. The player gets assigned a random word from the API. The input respondent set up term for the appropriate value, basically how it's going to react every time you guess a letter. So we check the player guesses and update the word or hangman drawn accordingly. Then we update the number of lives the user has on each guess. And finally, we show the new leaderboard position for that new entry.
Now it's demo time. We did make a YouTube video, but we can do it live. So here is our static web page. Welcome to Hangman. You enter your name. So in this case, I'll enter my own name, Jaden. And upon logging in, you pretty much see the entire interface we have. You see the leaderboard with random names and random scores next to it. And something we added just so we don't have to actually play the game, we added the word here. We did a console log function to have it here. So the word is makeover. So we're gonna enter an M. We're gonna pretty much solve the word all except one letter. So now what's missing is an R. You can see your guess letters here and how many lives you have left. So let's say you type in Q. A head is generated, and when your lives go down, W, A, C. So now at this point you can either win the game. You win the game by typing in R, and you get a message you won. And in this case, I made 5 mistakes, so I'm in 6. And then we're going to go through again and make 0 mistakes just so you can see. Complete. So, complete. I forgot the word. The site froze. Okay, so we're gonna do another demo, but the text box is not working for some reason. Give me 1 second. So we're going to generate a new word, and then we're going to try and get a perfect score. The word is cutout. Then you won. If you refresh the page, hold on, I have to log in first. Okay, so now that you're logged in, you can actually place on the leaderboard. Sorry about that. So you go to console, you see the word is embrace. You can see Jaden made 0 mistakes. He's at the top of the leaderboard. And then we also have input constraints. So if you try and enter in a number, it says please enter in a single letter. If you try and enter in a word, please enter in a single letter. If you try and input a symbol, it catches all of those cases. And that is it for our demo. So I'll go back to the presentation.
So that's basically stuff that we are aware that we lack. So basically adding username checkers so usernames can repeat. So as of now, if you enter the same name and do a new entry, both names are going to be on the leaderboard. So that's something we can add and improve. And also the difficulty as of now is every English word is free game. So basically you can get a word as easy as cloud, or you can get a word as hard as, I don't know, imagine a hard word. So basically there's no scale level for you to choose as of now. So it's basically you get what you get. But at the same time, it's also just to challenge yourself.
Any questions?
What is the name of the API you're using again?
It's called API Ninja Random Word version 1.
Okay, API Ninja Random Word.
Yeah, API.
All right, get that.
I was going to say API Ninja just has a library of APIs that you can use, and Random Word was one of them.
Yeah.
And we also went with that API because it has a 50,000 limit for free users before it starts charging you, and we didn't get anywhere near that.
Great, thank you. So, would you say that this project that you had was not as challenging? So you added the front end to it, or you decided to add the front end because you wanted it to be more fully completed? What was the reason for adding the front end?
Yes.
I mean, oh yeah, you can say it.
I was gonna say that going in, we really wanted to have like a complete application, so we didn't really spend as much time as the idea as we wanted to get more experience in both front end and back end technologies.
Also, watching a HangMan in this terminal is kind of ugly, so we figured that, might as well just make it look pretty.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And is there any other questions? Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.